Hello, I'm Sedgwick Hines, and this is a picture of me smiling at work. I'm smiling because I received nearly $50,000 in scholarships, grants, and tuition waivers to help my mother and I pay for my college costs, which allowed me to pursue my childhood dream of becoming a professional airline pilot, and currently I am a professional airline pilot for a major airline in the United States. But first, I want to say thank you for watching this video to learn more about my financial aid experiences and how I can help you. If you're like most students and parents, you may be confused or you may have questions about the financial aid process, what to do, how to increase your chances of winning scholarships, and how and when to complete the free application for federal student aid, which is also called the FAFSA. And most likely your family is worried about how they're going to pay for your college education. Like many of you, my mother and I were also worried about how we were going to pay for my college education. After going through the trial and error process of applying for scholarships and financial aid, I received nearly $50,000 in scholarships, grants, and tuition waivers, all free money to help pay for my college costs and flight training fees at Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. However, knowing what I know now, I believe that I could have possibly gone to school for free, or at least close to free, and here's why. I attended a high school located in Chicago, Illinois. And in my senior year of high school, I basically took all honors and advanced placement classes. I was class president and salutatorian, and I had a 4.0 grade point average on a 4.0 scale. I was also a member of various clubs and organizations throughout my high school years, such as the track team, the National Honor Society, the National Beta Club, the Law Club, Math Club, Student Council, and other clubs and organizations. I also volunteered as a tutor at a local community organization tutoring elementary school students. In 1989-1990, when I was a senior in high school, my mother and I didn't have a clue about the financial aid process, and initially, I didn't apply to some scholarships that I was eligible for, because at first, I felt that the scholarship application and the financial aid process was time-consuming and a little intimidating, especially if I had to write an essay or prepare for a scholarship interview. We also made numerous mistakes on the free application for federal student aid, which was frustrating because the mistakes constantly delayed the processing of my FAFSA. Let me remind you that back in 1990, my mother and I did not have access to the internet to help me complete the FAFSA online, nor search and apply for scholarships. So my FAFSA and scholarship applications had to be mailed in, and then we would have to wait for a response by mail, which would take at least a week or so. Had it not been for my mother giving me the big speech, clearly telling me that if you don't win some scholarships to help us pay for your college costs and flight training fees, you will not be able to attend Purdue University because we just don't have the money. At that point, I realized that my dream of going to college and becoming an airline pilot was in jeopardy. So I started searching everywhere for scholarships, and I applied to every scholarship that I was eligible for, regardless of the award amount. For the most part, I applied to a lot of local scholarships in my city and community. For some of the scholarships that I applied to, a scholarship interview was a requirement. I was scared to death about going to any scholarship interview, but I soon got over my fear of interviewing because my mom would help me prepare and practice for my scholarship interviews by pretending to be the interviewer. And trust me, my mom would critique everything and ask a lot of questions. I mean, a lot of questions. The preparation and practice with my mom helped me overcome my fear of interviewing and improve my interviewing skills. Now, I can't say that I wasn't nervous initially as I waited for my turn to be interviewed, because I was. But I would eventually calm down and relax during the interview because I felt prepared. Overall, I believe that I did a good job at my scholarship interviews. I also asked my English teacher for advice and to review any essays that I had to write. My high school guidance counselor was also instrumental in helping me find scholarships, because every scholarship that she knew about, she would pass the information along to me. I was in my guidance counselor's office at least 3 times a week. Although I received nearly $50,000 in scholarships, grants, and tuition waivers, my mother and I still had to borrow close to $50,000 in student loans, parent loans for undergraduate students, and private loans to help pay for my remaining college costs and flight training fees that my scholarships and tuition waivers did not cover. I am so thankful and grateful that my mom supported my dream and that she took out loans to help me. When I reflect on my financial aid mistakes and experiences, I realize that I missed out on a lot of scholarships for African American students, scholarships for first generation students, local scholarships in my community and city, aviation scholarships, and some of these scholarships offered by the organizations that I was an active member of in high school. And the main reason why I missed out on all of these scholarships was because I waited too late to start searching and applying for the scholarships, and I therefore missed a lot of the scholarships deadline. What a big mistake. Had I started searching and applying for scholarships towards the end of my junior year of high school and throughout my senior year, I could only imagine that I could have possibly won more scholarships, which would have reduced my student loan debt and my family's stress. I am very thankful that I was awarded nearly $50,000 in scholarships, grants, and tuition waivers from various organizations, companies, and Purdue University. And despite the financial aid mistakes that led to my mother and I borrowing nearly $50,000 in student, plus, and private loans, I am proud to report that I graduated from Purdue University in 1994 with an associate's and bachelor's degree and all of my pilot certificates and ratings. So, how did I get started with writing books on financial aid and scholarships? Well, towards the end of my senior year of college in 1994, I needed some more money to help pay for 2 flight instructor courses. These courses would allow me to earn my flight instructor certificate and rating, which would then allow me to teach other students how to fly an airplane and eventually earn their pilot certificates and ratings. So I started to search for aviation scholarships because I didn't want to take out any more student loans. I started looking through various aviation and flight training related magazines for aviation scholarships. And in one of the flight training related magazines, I saw an advertisement for a list of aviation scholarships. So I ordered the list of aviation scholarships for about $20 or so. When I received the list of aviation scholarships on several sheets of paper stapled together, I was very disappointed because as I started to call the various organizations about their scholarships, many of them told me that either their aviation scholarship was outdated or no longer existed. Having spent some money for a list of aviation scholarships that was outdated only added to my dilemma as a broke college student. So a few weeks later, I went to work part-time at a car factory in which I worked 12 hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week to earn enough money to pay for both my flight instructor courses while I was still in college. After graduating from college in 1994, I decided to write and self-publish my first book titled The Aviation Scholarship Directory. There were 2 main reasons why I wrote the Aviation Scholarship Directory, which were, number 1, I felt that I could help other students and parents learn from my financial aid experiences. And number 2, I believed that I could do a better job of creating an aviation scholarship directory compared to what I bought from the individual that sold me his outdated list of aviation scholarships. A few years later, I created avscholars.com. avscholars.com was created to help students interested in aviation navigate through the entire process of pursuing a career in the field of aviation. avscholars.com gives students and parents free access to information regarding aviation careers, aviation colleges, learning how to fly an airplane, aviation scholarships, and more. As a side note, if you are or know of someone who is interested in pursuing a career in aviation, please visit avscholars.com. After publishing the second edition of the Aviation Scholarship Directory, I was asked by students and parents at my live scholarship workshops if I could help them with their scholarship search, although they were not interested in aviation. So I started to reflect on my financial aid experiences and lessons learned again. Then I thought about some of the situations that often get students in trouble regarding their financial aid and scholarships. What I realized after completing all of my research was that students and parents were still experiencing the same problems that my mother and I experienced nearly 15 years ago, and many of them are still experiencing most of these same problems today. So I decided to create the Scholarship Workbook in 2004. The Scholarship Workbook is a step-by-step guide designed to help students and parents understand the entire financial aid process, and most importantly, to help them apply for scholarships and financial aid. The Scholarship Workbook explains the financial aid process in non-technical language, which makes it easy for students and parents to search, identify, and apply for scholarships and financial aid. Over the years, the financial aid process has remained the same, but changed to some extent. So in 2010, I decided to convert most of the information presented in the Scholarship Workbook into the Financial Aid and Scholarship Workshop as an online course. This online workshop consists of 4 easy-to-understand, step-by-step lessons designed to help you understand the entire financial aid process and, most importantly, to help you apply for scholarships and financial aid. So let me briefly explain to you how the 4 step-by-step lessons will help you and your parents. In the first lesson, Step 1, Financial Aid Basics, I will walk you through the world of applying for financial aid, carefully explaining to you in non-technical language steps that will guide you through the entire financial aid process. You will also learn what you need to do, what you should expect, what you need to avoid, and why you must start applying for scholarships and financial aid now. In the next lesson, Step 2, the documentation process, I will walk you through the process of documenting information about yourself, your family's background, and more. Documenting your information will help you search, identify, and apply for scholarships and financial aid you may have overlooked. It will also help you complete your college and scholarship applications in a timely manner. In the third lesson, Step 3, Financial Aid Sources, I will walk you through the process of developing a scholarship search strategy that will help you through the maze of identifying and applying for scholarships and financial aid, therefore helping you leave no stone unturned. Plus, I will share with you over 30 financial aid and scholarship sources to help you apply for federal student aid, national scholarships, state scholarships and grants, college scholarships, and local scholarships. And since many students borrow money in the form of student loans, I must share with you information about the various student loan options available to you and your parents, what you should expect and what you should avoid. And in the final lesson, Step 4, Winning Scholarship Applications, I will teach you how to submit professional-looking scholarship applications to increase your chances of winning scholarships. The advice and tips I share with you in Step 4 will show you how to make yourself stand out from your competition. And just so you know, nothing that I teach you in the Financial Aid and Scholarship Workshop online is going to be hard to understand or cost you a lot of money. Actually, if you follow along and take the steps I ask you to in each lesson, applying for financial aid will be fairly easy, save you and your parents a ton of time, and reduce your family stress. It doesn't matter how much or how little you know about the financial aid and scholarship process. The Financial Aid and Scholarship Workshop online provides financial aid examples, tips, and advice for everyone. You get immediate access to every lesson the instant you register for the Financial Aid and Scholarship Workshop online. In 2011, I created my online financial aid and scholarship coaching program. Putting off applying for financial aid can literally cost you thousands of dollars in scholarships, grants, and other forms of financial aid. And as your online financial aid and scholarship coach, I will coach you and your parents step by step through the entire financial aid process with my online monthly financial aid coaching lessons that can be accessed by members only. My game plan to helping you is based on dividing the financial aid process into stages. And within each stage, there are specific financial aid tasks and steps that I will ask you to complete each month with my online financial aid lessons. Each online monthly lesson will explain to you what you need to do and when you need to do it as you progress through your senior year of high school. My goal as your online financial aid and scholarship coach is to help you search, identify, and apply for scholarships and financial aid. And most importantly, to help you possibly win free money in scholarships and grants to help you avoid major student loan debt. To succeed at applying for scholarships and financial aid, I need you to consider these 3 questions when it comes to my online financial aid and scholarship coaching program. Number 1, are you committed? In other words, are you willing to put in the effort towards applying for scholarships and financial aid? Number 2, are you available? To get the best financial aid and scholarship results, you will need to make a time commitment each day and week as you progress through your senior year of high school. You should consider applying for scholarships as your full-time job as a high school senior. And number 3, are you coachable? I can guide you step by step through the financial aid process and explain to you the various financial aid and scholarship resources available to you. But you will have to do the work and take action. I can't do it for you. If you answered yes to the 3 questions, then my online financial aid and scholarship coaching program is right for you. In summary, my online financial aid and scholarship coaching program is all about helping you and your parents apply for financial aid, specifically scholarships and grants to help you pay for your college costs. So that's it. I just want to say thank you for listening to my financial aid experiences and how I can help you and your parents with applying for scholarships and financial aid. If you would like to learn more about how the financial aid process works, how to increase your chance of winning scholarships and grants, and access to my online financial aid and scholarship coaching program, then register now for the Financial Aid and Scholarship Workshop. I would love to hear what you think about this video, so please leave a comment below. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. This is Sedgwick Hines. I look forward to helping you and your parents with applying for scholarships and financial aid.